Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Romano, did you prosecute anyone related to January 6th for engaging in an insurrection?
No, Congresswoman.
I didn't think so. So Mr. Raskin's statement that someone was a convicted insurrectionist is actually inaccurate. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't say it's inaccurate. Well, a convicted insurrectionist.
She wasn't a convicted insurrectionist, was she?
Would the gentlelady yield?
No, I will not. Mr. Romano.
Do you accept seditious conspiracy as insurrection?
Mr. Romano, I will reclaim my time. Mr. Romano, did you prosecute anyone for engaging in an insurrection related to January 6th?
For the crime of insurrection?
You did not, did you? This select subcommittee is committed to undertaking the investigation that the first select committee never conducted. How did this security failure on January 6th happen, and how do we ensure it does not happen again? Since the pipe bomb split the USCP posture and thereby facilitated the breach of the Capitol, we must begin with this issue. My first question is, why did a new team under Director Patel in just 2 months do what the FBI failed to do over 4 years with the exact same evidence? The answer appears to be a failure from the very start of the FBI's response. As a subcommittee of the Judiciary Committee that oversees the DOJ and FBI, it necessitates that we begin right here. According to what we have been led to believe, the pipe bombs were placed outside the RNC and DNC on the evening of January 5th. They allegedly sat there undetected for 17 hours before the device behind the RNC was discovered at approximately 12:38 p.m., with the device at the DNC immediately discovered thereafter at 1:05 p.m. The pipe bomb outside the RNC was discovered by Carlin Younger, who lived near the RNC and discovered the pipe bomb in the unmarked alley between the Capitol Hill Club and RNC while doing her laundry. She alerted the RNC security, who had then alerted the authorities. Oddly enough, no one from the FBI contacted Ms. Younger. 2 days later, on January 8th, Ms. Younger had to proactively contact the FBI through an online tip to identify herself as the person who discovered the pipe bomb and to offer her assistance with the case because she had not yet been contacted by the FBI. Ms. Nance, or Mr. Nance, would you agree that it would be standard operating procedure and good investigative practice to interview all of the eyewitnesses?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be standard practice to make sure that you cast a broad enough net so that you're interviewing any witness that could possibly provide information with regard to the progress of the investigation.
Well, can you think of any reason as to why the FBI did not seek to immediately speak to the person who actually found the bomb?
Well, no, that's a problem. That's a question that needs to be answered. And does it go to lack of resources? I mean, that's still very, very early. So I find that to be extremely problematic.
Well, in her online tip, Ms. Younger stated, quote, "I can confirm that the device must have been placed between 12 p.m. and 12:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 6th, end quote, because it was not there when she first passed the area around 12 p.m. So when was the bomb actually placed and by whom? The FBI finally interviewed Ms. Younger 3 days later on January 11th, and it confirmed her testimony that the device outside the RNC was not there before 12 p.m. on January 6th. This leads us to 3 significant data points. First, the bombs had kitchen timers for 60 minutes. Second, the witness who first discovered the bomb noted it was not there before noon, about 60 minutes.
A heated congressional hearing just exposed serious questions about the January 6th pipe bomb investigation. Why wasn't the key witness contacted immediately? Were the bombs really placed the night before? And did the FBI mishandle critical evidence? In this breakdown, we unpack the explosive exchange, the timeline contradictions, and what it could mean for the broader January 6th investigation. Watch until the end for the biggest unanswered question that still remains.
Congress, and third, if in fact the bombs were placed the night of the 5th, they sat there for 17 hours in a highly trafficked area, undisguised, without detection, until the most crucial time for security that day, which was when Congress was voting to certify the election. Mr. Nance, what should the FBI have done with this contradicting evidence?
Well, the Bureau should have run that all to ground. I mean, every resource should have been made available to make sure that the that those questions got answered, and that simply did not happen. And I think that had to do with a less than ideal leadership posture.
Well, I think that's the understatement of the century, Mr. Nance, but I appreciate your remarks on that. Both devices were largely undisguised and visible along heavily trafficked areas, yet they allegedly lay undiscovered for 17 hours, a point Ms. Younger disputes. And again, which oddly enough, they were not detected by the Secret Service bomb sweeps at the DNC before the arrival of then Vice President-elect Harris that very morning. Does the fact that these devices were not detected for 17 hours raise any questions for you?
Well, of course, I think it does for everybody. You know, though the January 6th investigation was just beginning, and I suppose you could make an argument that resources were stretched thin, the gravity of the placement of these, where these pipe bombs were placed, suggests that that should have received, at least the same or equivalent amount of resources that the broader J6 investigation.
Well, then I appreciate not only did it not receive the attention, the January 6th committee entirely ignored the placement of those bombs, which tells you that they had an agenda that they pursued that had nothing to do with what actually happened on January 6th. With that, I yield back.
Gentlelady's time's expired.
Mr. Chair, I have a UC.
The gentleman, gentlelady from Texas, Ms. Crockett, is now recognized.
Thank you so much. This is from the New York Times.
If you enjoy this breakdown, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more political breakdowns.